Hi, my name is Annie, and today I am going to be hosting my first ever book club. This little book club kind of happened because of heated rivalry. Um, so basically, me and a bunch of girls just made a little group chat, and we're all just discussing like what we liked about the book and what we liked about the show. I was like, why don't we just start a romance book club? So today is going to be like our first meeting. We are going to basically just kind of discuss what we want to do in the book club, what we'll be reading for February, and just do a little like book bucket list for like a whole like 2026 January theme. So I have to run to the grocery store because I'm going to do the charcuterie board, and then I'm probably going to run to like Goodwill to like find like little trinkets to like decorate. Okay, so I have been running around and I want to show y'all so bad because it looks so cute, but it's not done. But I really want to show y'all. And you know what? I might just show y'all. I'm gonna have to show y'all. Look how cute! Look how cute. Literally, look how effing cute. Okay. Okay, ignore that club is a little unseparated. I'm gonna fix that. I did not even notice. Um, but it's so cute. It's so cute. These are my two picks. We are basically going to like share what books we would like to use, but literally read for next month. But this is the semi-final. All right. And then let me show you the little craft table. All right, so we have markers and little index cards, scissors and glue, and a hole puncher. We have my fake candle, and then we have like different like colored like cardstock, and then a little, what is it called? Paper cutters? They You slice it and then it's perfect. But this is where we're gonna make our little like book like little book bucket list. We'll make freaking punch hole cards, but this is where we're gonna be doing like all of that. Okay, now, okay, so now that everything is set up, I'm gonna go change because I look kind of a little rough. Um, and then I'm gonna start like chopping up like the fruit and putting the boards together because ladies will be over in about an hour. I made the mistake of putting dry shampoo in my hair because now it looks like my roots are very white and they're not. My hair was just greasy. But yes, Papa. You talk a lot. And literally anytime I start recording, that's when he starts speaking. He never speaks. He's very nonchalant. And right now he's not being nonchalant because he knows I'm talking to the camera. Anyways, I was gonna use my hot brush to fix, oh my gosh, it's bothering me. I was gonna use my hot brush to fix up my layers, but for some reason it's not turning on, so I'm gonna have to use my straightener. I have barely touched my straightener ever since I got a hot brush because life has been different, but pieces of my hair are bothering me. So we'll cut that out. So the two books I'm offering up to book club today is Heartless and is it Autonomy or Anatomy? I can't remember, and I can't remember the author's names, but I know they're both YA. All right. One is about Heartless, is about the, it's like not a fan fiction, but like a retelling of the Queen of Hearts and the court jester. And apparently he wears eyeliner and he has dark hair, so I'm only human. And then Anatomy or Autonomy, I'm pretty sure it's Autonomy. But that is a YA, and it is basically like Frankenstein, but it's like a girl, she is the one creating it. Like, okay, let me backtrack. It's like Frankenstein, it has similar vibes, okay? And as a Frankenstein girly, I was like, oh my god, I want to read this. So basically, she is in med school, I believe, and she is a woman in the early ages where women didn't have rights. And so she doesn't know how to practice all her medical stuff. So this guy who works in the graveyard, I believe, helps her digs up bodies. Okay. Helps her, oh my gosh, why can't I talk? He helps her dig up bodies so she can practice like all her medical stuff. That's not romantic, I don't know what is. But those are my two picks. I think what we're gonna do is we are going to write all of our picks down, and we are going to like draw and be like, this is not what we're reading in February, or this is what we're not reading in February, and like the very last one will be the one we read. And I'm super excited. So I talked about it a little bit earlier, but the craft we're doing is like we're doing like book punch cards or like book like bucket list. So like things we want to do in 2026 that are our reading goals. So like I want to read a piece of nonfiction at least every month. Just one nonfiction book. Okay. I want to also dabble in sci-fi. I have never really touched sci-fi. I think that's like the one sci-fi and semi-historical fiction are like the only two like book genres that I've never really had interest in. I'm slowly getting into fantasy, which I have nothing against fantasy, but sometimes in fantasy books they give so much and you have to remember a lot of things, and then I'm just completely lost halfway through the book. I'm like, who is Zathar and who is Megara and where did they come from? Like, I don't understand who these characters are. They came out of nowhere, but apparently they have reconnections to the king, and they also are cousins, and they also are trying to like kill the prince or something. And I get confused. I get lost. But I've been dabbling in fantasy. Right now, I am. What am I reading right now? I'm reading How to Sell a Haunted House. Okay. I bought some books, but I haven't touched them just yet because I want to know what we're reading tonight, see what the subgenre is, before I determine what my other read is. I have been starting to juggle different books again. I used to be really good at it, and then I kind of sucked. Last year I was in a funk and I barely read, I think I read a total of 7 books. But so far I've read 4. So that's basically a lot more. That's basically halfway of my list of last year. But I'm going to determine my second book that I'm going to read in February once I figure out what we are reading in February for my book club, and that kind of just determines. Sorry, I can't multitask. That kind of just determines like what other book I want to read. I also have been dabbling a lot in audiobooks. Why does Spotify freaking only give me 15 hours. These books are like 9 to 12 hours, okay? Spotify is lucky that the last audiobook I listened to was only 2 hours and like 40 minutes. Because I would have been so pissed if I was in the middle of a book and then boom, cut off. Like, how am I supposed to multitask if I only have 15 hours? And part of me wants to cave and just buy the extra hours, but also it's like another $15. I'm already paying $20 to listen to music without ads because I get impatient. So you're telling me I have to pay more to read? How am I supposed to reach my reading goal if Spotify is limiting me? Anyways, I think my hair is pretty much done. I don't want to look at the back because the back doesn't count. But this is making sure it's not up there. So what I'm wearing basically. My earrings are downstairs. I fixed a little bit of my makeup. But this is it. I think you're falling. Hey princess. Your tiara's dropping. But now I'm gonna go downstairs and I am going to finally cut all the fruit, get everything ready. I bought a heart-shaped pizza, so I'm also gonna put that in. I think I'm gonna add a little bit to it because it's just cheese and it's kind of boring. So I think I'm gonna add like maybe chicken pepperoni. But yeah, let's go cut fruit. Max, are you excited? Are you excited to have guests over? No? Are you just sleepy? Okay. Everything is set up. I have my pizza in the oven still, but they're about to arrive. So I will see y'all after. I'll give you an update. I'll let you know how it goes. But this is the final fit. This is the backdrop. And I'll see y'all later. Okay, so I'm gonna hold you up. I have my other two cats with me right now, but this is a little update. It's been almost 24 hours since book club. I've just been real busy, and the girls typically, they left around like midnight. We were just having so much fun getting to know each other and like talking about books, different tropes, talking about like fan fiction that we read when we were younger. But it was a success. We were a little awkward at first, but like when you meet new people, like obviously like our social skills were, we were just a little awkward, but it wasn't that bad. So I really recommend if you are feeling either scared or nervous or anxious about wanting to start something on your own or wanting to create something with someone else, I say do it. Um, that kind of gave me a confidence boost on my social skills because I used to be very social and then 2025 happened and I lost that ability. Ooh, I'm shaking the camera. But our next meeting will be at the end of February, and we will be reading The Cruel Prince. So, I will give y'all a reading update about that soon. But, anyways, I will see y'all next time.